G'day YouTube, how the heck are we doing? It is Foul Play here, back for the fifth and final match of this Pauper League. We have a pretty spicy looking 7 after winning the die roll, so we're going to keep. Our opponent has also kept 7, so passing over to Taco Ted now. Alright, what the heck is our opponent doing? Each opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. Exiles at 3, so 1 and 2 are the same. Exiles at 3. Menace vehicles you control have menace. Alright, well that in and of itself doesn't seem too menacing. We hit another Ancestral Mask. We want to hit a land drop next turn. Fingers crossed we do. Alright, so trigger 2. 18 plays 20. And Vault of Whispers from our opponent, holding up mana for interaction. It's a bit bizarre. Do we play around Suffocating Fumes even? As creatures get neg1 until end of turn? Probably not. I think we just like Silhana Ledgewalker for safety though, and then Ethereal Armor on the Bogle. If we get got by Suffocating Fumes, then I guess we get got and we can mask this way and rebuild and re-go. Okay, our opponent, Deadly Dispute, sacking Vault of Whispers, treasure token over there. Alright. Alright, so 2/2 rat with menace. Treasure token down. Crypt rats. Okay. Terrifying, but we also have the goods right now. And speaking of the goods, that's not bad at all. I think we diversify. This should make a big enough creature. They're not going to have access to 5 mana to blow up our Bogle and our Ledgewalker. So this should be pretty safe. And this one can't be blocked. So guaranteed 7 damage here. Alright, our opponent takes all of it, going to 3. Opponent active on Crypt Rats, that's fine. Not holding any form of priority. Tyrant's Choice, starting with you, each player votes for death or torture. If death gets the most votes, each opponent sacks a creature. If torture gets the most votes or is tied, each opponent loses 4 life. Alright. So we sack 1 creature, a kill in the air. I guess we just do this, because what's a bit of life loss? Doesn't matter. Oh wait, so we choose torture and actually fizzles the whole thing. If torture gets more votes or is tied, each opponent loses more 4 life. Alright, well that's good to know, because some of the wording on this can get convoluted. And yeah, on to sideboarding. Alright, so we're likely versing a Pestilence deck, which can be a pretty terrifying matchup. Chittering Rats can be annoying as well, because it puts a card from our hand on top of our library rather than the other way around, and they have access to Chainer's Edict, likely more on the sideboard. Cast down for our other creatures, snuff out for our other creatures, and duress to interact with our hand as well. Sweepers of Suffocating Fumes, Pestilence, yeah, it's pretty horrible. Reminder guys, if you find this video entertaining or enjoyable, please consider subscribing. So we'll bring in Young Wolf because we're versing an Edict deck. We'll take out Ancestral Mask because it's slow. We won't overboard with anything else. We have Edict Protection, we have Vigilance. This hand's a keep. Turn 1 Scorpion. When it dies, it deals 2 damage to each opponent and you gain 2 life. Sure. Alright, let's play our guy. Force out the first Edict, and I think it's worth playing the Lotus Petal. I mean, we let our opponent know what's up. If... yeah, I don't think there's huge relevance there. That should just be fine though. Bejuga Bog from our opponent. Alright, well that comes in tapped, so it means no Edict effect just yet. Alright, opponent plays Okiba. It'd have to be Okiba, right? So we lose a life. Attacks us with the Scorpion. and we'll take that. Yeah, I'm not too fussed about that. That opens the door for us to attack them, which I find more valuable. Abundant growth off the top. It's a bit amusing. All right, abundant growth. We'll hold on to the Ledge Walker for now. It's not that much of a blowout having to recast Sentinel's Eyes from the graveyard. We do get like one card from the Lotus Petal, one card from the Still Hunter Ledge Walker, from the Gladecover Scout, so it's fine. We can hold on to the rest of our stuff. All right, so another trigger. We're down to 17. Opponent back up to 20, just like game one. And Crypt Rats. All right. They seem to like playing this on curve with no mana active. Sideboarding and Gut Shot could be a consideration, but I think that's overboarding for us, so just a consideration though for you all. Young Wolf off the top. Don't really think that changes too much. Let's attack for 2 here. And no blocks from our opponent. I think we play another Abundant Growth. So we'll play this one over here. No Ethereal Armor hit, unfortunately. I think we're meant to Young Wolf as well. Alright, let's cash in at Lotus Petal. We've hit like so many land sources and 0 auras. Crazy game. Our opponent can hold priority and blow up our whole board, but it's going to blow up their whole board too, and we'll get Young Wolf back, so that's kind of nice. Sign in Blood from our opponent now. Another one of these, sure. All this tapping out gives us a chance to, you know, draw Ethereal Armor. Kind of wish that I was drawing to an Ancestral Mask right now, or we could just keep drawing lands and creatures. That's cool too. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this, but we'll keep some sort of pressure on, because I think our opponent does have inevitability on their side. All right, they're trading off this Menace vehicle. That's fine. Now we can Ledge Walker, Sentinel's Eyes from the grave. We've still got a Bogle to go in on. Should everything else fall to pieces. All right, so the second Akaiba puts us to 15. Sign in Blood from our opponent puts them to 16. 5 cards in hand currently. Land drop has been made for turn, but they did miss 1 land drop along the way. All right, what can we see here? Come on, deck. Let's see. Vampire's Kiss from our opponent. Sure. Holy crap, our deck hates us. Very interesting stuff. All right, let's attack. I'm in 2 minds about playing our hexproof creatures. It's awful against Chainer's Edict, but it's good against like Crypt Rats. Sorry, not Crypt Rats. The other rats that puts a card from our hand on top of our library. Chittering Rats. Chittering. Opponent hits their 3rd Okiba. And just happy to sit back. Well, just, oh my god, deck. What the hell is this rubbish, man? When you actually need a hexproof creature after getting blown out, they're nowhere to be found. And when you want to apply pressure, you get this. Alright. Cool. So you got like a Diabolic Edict in response? No. This can only be blocked by flyers, and our opponent doesn't have any flyers. Oh, good to have Crypt Rats in the grave. Maybe they're not sure how to hold priority. I think you hold control. I'm going to play the second Bogle out so we can play around like a cast down plus a Chainer's Edict. Opponent with Soul Reap. Destroy target non-green creature. Its controller loses 3 life if you've cast another black spell this turn. I don't know why they didn't play that on the Young Wolf. Strange. Another Crypt Rats. Sure. I don't think our opponent actually knows how to activate this card correctly. Oh no, looks like they did finally. Sure. Any order? Yeah, sure, any order. We are very low life-wise though. We're down to 6. Opponent plays Bounce Land. Returning Bajuka Bog. Well, we're just lucky we get Sentinel's Eyes back at least once. All right, an actual aura. Let's go. 3 cards in our opponent's hand. Our life total is beyond low. Oops, let's exile some stuff before our opponent does. I don't think we get to play around a 3rd Crypt Brax. I think we play around the Chainer's Edict instead. And just throw down a Bogle. Hope it's good enough. And we die to double Vampire's Kiss, Bump in the Night. Crazy. Alright, so given the complete lack of creatures that our opponent has, it seems more likely that there's this black burn deck with Crypt Rats, Serrated Scorpion, some burn effects, some draw effects. From the sideboard, we can see more Crypt Rats. Target player sacks a creature and loses a life. Geth's Verdict. Alright, well, I think this is a better matchup than the mono black control. I think I want to be slightly more aggressive. We'll bring in like 2 Ancestral Masks as big finishers and we'll take out these 2 Sentinel's Eyes. I think I still like the Lotus Petals to be quick though. We see there's no creature hand. Mulligan. Sound is awful. This hand has literally no enchantments, but it has good mana at 5. So a good 5 would look like probably no Lotus Petal, bottom Lotus Petal, bottom Forest, and hope to draw anything. I don't think we can afford to go down to 4, but I definitely don't like this hand either, so we're just in a rubbish spot here. Alright, turn 1, nothing fancy, play our guy. On the plus, our opponent also mulliganed to 5, so at least it's even resource-wise this game. Beautiful. That is what we want to see. Play you. Play you. And play our cartouche, and then we're good. Alright, well that's exactly enough mana sources for this game. We don't want to see any more land sources. Alright, our opponent is at 2 mana now. We see Vampire's Kiss. We lose 2 life. Our opponent gains 2 life. Oh, fuck off, man. This is atrocious. I think we still empty our hand to play around Crypt Rats, but like, honestly, it's pretty annoying. We can buff our guy. It's only sorcery speed. But we can do that next turn and still have access to white from subsequent turns. I see no reason to float mana right now, so I'm just going to do this so I don't have that annoying mana burn stuff going on. Not that mana burn's a thing, but it warns you when you're emptying mana out of your mana pool, like skipping phases and losing mana. Don't want to click on that. A Deadly Dispute from our opponent. Yep, alright. Well, this is a good spot. Ancestral Mask off the top. Nope. Nope. Let's go for the guaranteed line. Alright, so that's an attack for 5, putting our opponent down to 12. No, 13. I can count. Don't worry. Sign of Blood now from our opponent. And they're drawing the cards. The target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. I guess they gain life off Deadly Dispute or something. Target player loses 3 life, you gain 3 life, Sovereign Bite. Sure, any card off the top now would be good. Any aura. Any non-land aura. Come on, deck. Come on, man. Jesus Christ, we've drawn absolutely atrociously. Well, put our opponent to 10. Alright, opponent Saga flips. Geth's Verdict. Does this mean our opponent has double Geth's Verdict? It sure does. Nothing like playing those instant speed Geth Verdicts during your own turn. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is a bit of a joke, man. I don't know. We're so close to winning that, and not quite. Our decks just let us down turn after turn. So that was our turn 6. We had 5 natural draws, plus we had 2 draws off abundant growths. So we saw 7 cards and not many enchantments really from that. No like auras, right? Well, we'll see if our deck can get us back into it off the top of the library, but probably not. Oh, this looks like a big finisher. What the hell was that? Bump in the Night, flashbacked, attacking us for 3. So we need to see a creature. We have no auras to play with either. All right, GG's, opponent. Our deck beat ourselves, not the other way around. So yeah, it's really frustrating losing in that manner as opposed to actually getting to play spells rather than just developing mana for 6 turns and having nothing going on. Anyway, that's linear aggro decks / almost a combo deck in a nutshell. Sometimes you draw the wrong half of your deck, right? Even when you're stacked with proper auras that you could be finding. For the most part, we did quite well. We actually took down Fairies, which is a Nemesis deck. We took down Ponza, which is a Nemesis deck, and losses to Grixis Affinity and Mono Black Control. I think our deck sort of did nothing against Grixis Affinity, but our opponent sort of did what they were supposed to, so that's something. But it hurts in that last match, losing when your opponent did nothing for like 6 turns, and just not actually being able to apply pressure. I guess we mulliganed to 5 and kept a pretty weak hand, but I think that's the better decision than mulliganing to 4. Anyway, the sideboard seemed sweet. Gut Shot seemed like it had its place, even though we didn't use it against Ponza, strangely enough. Anyway, thank you all for watching the video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you had any suggestions about how I should change my sideboarding, change my main deck, change my gameplay, let me know in the comment section below. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you then.